right, welcome everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm streaming live on Facebook as well for anybody that wants to tune in from Facebook. So I'm just going to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Marina Buxa, PharmD. I am a pharmacist who turned holistic herbalist and educator. And I have a guest today, Sheri Mills. She's a functional nutrition coach. And we both have really exciting things to share with you today. We're going to be talking about how to increase your value and your services and your bottom line at your pharmacy or as a practitioner by utilizing service and product-based offers that we're going to tell you about today. So Sheri, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself again and get started with what you have in store for us. And then I will talk a little bit about my special offer today.
Well, thank you, Marina. Hello, everybody. Sheri Mills. I'm a functional nutrition coach, and I have really found my passion in life. Let me share my screen here. And beginning. There we go. So we're here to talk a little bit about what we can help you earn some cash-based business for your pharmacy. We know the issues that you have with clawbacks and everything that you're going on. Having additional cash-based businesses can make a huge difference to your pharmacy. So I'm going to talk a little bit about myself and what I offer for your patients. So let me go to the next screen. Again, I'm Sheri Mills. I'm a functional nutrition coach, and my why and passion behind that lies behind the fact that I was in an executive sales position for 30 years, ran myself into the ground, had so many medical challenges, fibromyalgia, arthritis, migraines, IBS, the list goes on, high cholesterol. And about 4 years ago, I walked into my friend's pharmacy, believe it or not, and he had the biophotonic scanner, and I put my hand on it, and it reads your carotenoids in your skin to find out where you are in your wellness journey, right? Where are you in your antioxidants? I failed miserably like everybody does. So it triggered, just putting my hand on that, a change in me that needed to be changed for years, right? I changed my diet completely. I changed my whole mindset to food. And I started taking some amazing supplements, and my life completely changed. Within 3 months, my bald head, thank God it was pandemic time, started growing back. My hair started growing back. My IBS went away. My skin firmed up. The inflammation and pain was starting to diminish. I had visual migraine, so my vision had really almost stopped me from working at that point. Within 4 months, I guess it was 4 months in, I shed 42 pounds that I couldn't lose the last 20 years, right? And by healing my body from the inside. All that inflammation just flushed out of me. My score ended up being 58,000 after being 20,000 out of a scale of up to 100,000 in just 4 to 5 months. So it just changed my life. I no longer have any pain. I got myself off 12 prescription medicines, and I haven't looked back. Everything is balanced out and normal. I'm a new person. So that inspired me to go back to functional medicine school so I could help others achieve that. And I work with people 45 to 70 that show them how to implement best practices of living a healthier, cleaner life into their life. And this is something that you can offer your patients. If you don't already have a wellness practice in place yet, you can refer them to me, and they will get a holistic look at their life. You know, we combine mindfulness, nutrition, their whole lifestyle changes, movement, supplementation, whatever fits best for their disease state, their pains, their trials, their tribulations, their weight. And this is a group coaching program online, so it's global, and they get a community of like-minded people that are all looking to get in the same position, to feel better, to look better, and be better, right? So they get a supportive community. They get found. My pillars for my program are foundations for success, nutrition mastery, and mindful eating. All things that really are needed together to just have a sustainable lifestyle change. Here are just some of my testimonials. This gentleman here, just on mindset and nutritional changes, lost 126 pounds in 10 months. And I mean, it's just an amazing story. He's decided he's retiring so he can live out the rest of his life, enjoy, and be active again, where he couldn't walk. He was facing knee replacement surgery, all sorts of things. It's been a miracle for him. Here are a couple other ladies that I worked with. Kim was going through perimenopause, and she was really having a hard time with that. So weight, mindset, all of that, all those techniques helped her try to overcome some of the challenges she was having. Her skin cleared up. This woman here lost 37 pounds, and her pain went away. She had persistent joint and knee pain. So this can be accomplished just through mindset and their nutrition. We understand and implement anti-inflammatory foods, which are people generically don't understand that, right? They don't understand what they're eating could be harming them, or it could be healing them. So that's a big part of the program. Stressors and triggers for why you go to the wrong foods, how to overcome those. And your symptoms will reduce by implementing all these in. Weight loss is a byproduct of it. They get knowledge, accountability, so that new lifestyle can be sustainable, right? That's the most important thing. It's not a diet. Because I even hate the word diet, because when people diet, they're trying to lose something, right? And what happens when we lose something? Don't we always find it? So when a diet is not sustainable, so when they fall off that diet, typically they gain all their weight back. They get back to the same point, or they've even added more on. So we're trying to set them up for a sustainable lifestyle. And we give them all sorts of key strategies, how to meal prep, behavioral strategies, mindset techniques that can really make a large impact. We talk to them about what kind of meals they need to eat. Not everybody can eat the same foods, right? We have weekly check-ins. We have master classes. We have challenges. I have 2 one-on-one sessions, one to kickstart them, where I really go deep with just their issues, and one at the end where we assess where they started and where they are now. And they have a great supportive community that they can support each other. This is real quickly the 3 pillars. The outcome, of course, is to release pain, discomfort, weight loss, and have more vitality, joy, focus, balance, calm, and a healthier lifestyle. They get the weekly calls, monthly master classes, and I have an office hours every week that they can bounce in for additional accountability or talk through something that's bothering them. They'll get recordings. They get a messenger thread so everybody is accountable to each other. They also get a whole guide library, recipe library, pantry checklist, accountability tracker. I also have guest speakers coming. Marina's going to be one of them, talking about her herbs and how to make a natural medicine cabinet. Breathwork guide, movement strategies, and energy healing library. So this is typically a $1,500 program, but what I'm offering to you guys to help you out with your patients is $497 to the patient, and you'll make a $50 commission by referring them to us. So this is just a way to add more value in your pharmacy for your patients. So you would enroll your clients through me, and then could be a collaborative support. You could hand them off, or you could be part of the process. We could do our one-on-ones with them together. So I'm open to working with you any way that you are comfortable. And at the end, we'll talk a little bit about what that looks like and how we can connect. Marina?
Beautiful, Sheri. Yeah, thank you so much. So this is really exciting. And this is for those of you that either own a pharmacy where patients are coming in, and we know it's a revolving, spinning door, right? They're just going through services and getting more and more medications and prescriptions written out. but maybe we don't have enough bandwidth or staff or even education and training and know-how to help them in other ways in the pharmacy. So if you're wanting to add additional services that are profitable and that are also helping the patient. So me and Sheri were just chatting that it's really a win-win-win, right? The pharmacy is helping the patient is getting healthier, and then somebody else is actually providing a service that maybe the pharmacy doesn't have online yet. So this could open that doorway in the conversation and really be like a market research as well, where you can put something like this out there in your community and you could see if it's landing for people, right? And maybe in the future, you might want to open additional services or partner with Sheri or myself or other people in the community to expand those services and the benefits that hopefully your patients will experience from a program like this. So one of my students, actually, she is a physical trainer as well as a pharmacist. And she sometimes has clients that she knows from the pharmacy that, end up signing up for working with her. So I don't really see this as a competing service. I really see this as truly complementing each other. So if you're giving somebody a prescription medication that they might need, you're helping them, right? But maybe there's some medications that they might be able to get off, right? We love deprescribing. I know it doesn't really work with the payment model, right? But this is how you sort of can infuse your services with another way, another form of paying back both the customer and yourself. So again, helping the customer get the benefit of maybe not needing as many prescription medications, feeling better, getting their energy back, getting their health back, right? Knowing how to provide the body nutrients that it needs to heal itself. And you get to be that place that they trust that has services like this available. And you get to partner with other people that are already providing this so that you don't have to go and build from scratch and reinvent the wheel. So this is exactly what Sheri and I have come on to share with you, is that maybe you've had these ideas. Maybe you either work in a pharmacy or own a pharmacy. Maybe you're a practitioner that is just starting out and wants to offer services like this, whether you have an in-house opportunity of a pharmacy or not. So this can just give you that taste. And like Sheri said, she's willing to even work with you. So if you want to have those one-on-one sessions with clients, this can get your feet wet so that you can eventually start offering and designing services like this and getting all the benefits, right? And charging whatever you'd like for that. But this is an opportunity to partner with Sheri or myself, and you get a proven system, all those beautiful testimonials, and you can trust that this is already tested, right? Tried, tested, and proven, so that you're offering somebody a great deal and a lot of benefits. And by the way, I don't know if you mentioned the pricing. I think you did. Yes,
Yes, I did.
Such an amazing deal, like $497 for a 12-week program. Plus every patient that ends up signing up through you gets a $50 referral to you. And again, you don't have to disclose or share that you're an affiliate partner or a referral partner, but just having this option available, and maybe there's already been people asking you for things like this that right away you can tell them, hey, I know a person that you can work with. But this is a really great time to do it as well, because summer is here. Memorial Day weekend just passed, and people want to feel good. People want to enjoy their family, their kids, time outside, swim, look good, right, in their bathing suit body. So I'm really, really excited for this presentation, because it's really just, again, an example of how you could serve complementary to what you're already doing. And please put in the chat if this is resonating, if some of you have been thinking about offering something like this, whether yourself or partnering with somebody. And keep also let us know if you have any questions at this point, because we'd love to have a few minutes to answer questions at the end. And we're really gonna really keep a tight schedule here. So we value your time. We value that you're here. So we're going to go and move into what I've been working on behind the scenes. You may have seen this if you follow me. So let me share my screen. So I don't know if you see it full.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So I've been working on an herbal line of supplements, and there are two main dosage forms, which I'm really, really excited about, that I have, one of which I have not seen on the market yet at all. So that's really, really exciting. And I've partnered up with a company that actually sources and created this new technology, and really is ecological and ethical and just amazing. And so I want to tell you about this partnership and what we've created that you can also carry either in the pharmacy setting or as an affiliate or referral partner if you like these products. So essentially, our premise is preventative medicine. And so you may have heard a lot about Eastern medicine, traditional Chinese and Ayurvedic philosophies in the past. And so this is really just, all right, there we go. I think now it's a better full screen. So I just want to share with you that I grew up in Ukraine, and my roots are actually Belarusian. So I have like the Slavic traditional medicine in my genealogy, and I didn't actually study it formally. So I know that in the Slavic countries, the pharmacy is actually the place where you go and get all your herbs, just like you used to. And in other places in Europe and even in Africa and other continents, usually the pharmacy is a place where you see that combination. You know, I heard this said many different ways about the percentage of prescription drug medication or even over-the-counter drug medication that originated from plant medicine. And the stats that are out there are anywhere between like 25 to 70% of medications that are inspired by herbs or come from herbs or originated from herbal molecules. So it's really amazing that we started medicine by studying plants, by understanding what their properties were, and then we had the technology catch up, and now we can like really play with those chemicals, the phytochemicals inside the plants, and then understand their pharmacology and make, you know, very targeted medicine from that. So obviously, you know, we all studied chemistry. It could be really exciting to do that. And it's also really exciting to preserve the whole food spectrums of food and herbs, just as they were designed by nature and just as they appear and grow in nature, because our body understands that. It has a bioavailability factor where we can identify and absorb those whole foods in a way different manner than just isolated chemicals. And our tissues and our chemistry really works well with whole foods and whole herbs. So in any case, we were really excited to explore, you know, my background, my lineage with this company who also comes from Ukraine, but is based in Bulgaria. And so we were studying Nikolai Pirogov, who is a doctor, and he really was a field surgeon who declared that medicine of the future is preventative medicine. So not only was he, you know, helping catastrophic cases with surgery, but he really wanted to create those foundations for the body, which I really believe in, and to prevent any future need for intervention, right? So we created, again, Lekar did like the R&D, research and development, and is sourcing, in my product, it's 99% organic. And we try to be as local as possible to the processing plant, which is in Bulgaria. And then they ship it over to a center here. And from here, we can ship to all the states. So a little bit about me. If you are not familiar with my work, I am a functional pharmacist, mental fitness and health coach, and herbal educator. And I've also created the Build Your Holistic Herbal Practice course, where I mentor other professionals. Most of them have been pharmacists in the past, but I've also worked with a few other professionals to help them establish their clinical herbal skills and also monetize them in the different settings that they may be working in already or trying to create. So I also have a podcast, the Holistic Pharmacy Podcast, And if you want to connect, I have a Facebook group, The Holistic Pharmacist. So if you're not there yet, definitely check that out. So our idea, again, behind these products was to create formulations that are already targeting some systems in the body. And we're starting off with 4 main products that I'm going to tell you about today. What I found in the market is that there are some great companies locally that are doing amazing things. They're doing loose leaf herbs, they're doing tinctures, they're doing oils and salves. There are communities and community herbalists that can provide this for patients. But I found that the formulations that are out there are usually not what I would formulate. So I typically have to have like 2 or 3 products that I'm using at any given time, even if they're already formulas, because of my background and what I want to create for people. And I've experimented too, and I've made these 4 formulas for people in the past, and they've been extremely popular and had a huge success rate. So that's why I wanted to make it larger scale and accessible for other people to also try the benefit of whole food plans that are formulated in a specific way to target specific issues. And I found that one of the products that was a bestseller when I made this for a local pharmacy was the Cough Go Away Respiratory Complex. And so this is the first blend I'll tell you about. And again, the idea behind combining it is so that it's more cost effective than just you going out, buying all of these different herbs, mixing it yourself, which you can do and I've done. And I have so many wholesale companies that I work with and so many jars in my house. But assuming you don't have like space or time to tinker around with all those things, this is exactly why I created this product. So it's as close to nature as possible, but you don't have to be the one going and formulating it. So the first one is easy, right? We're familiar with loose leaf tea. So it's a dried herbal tea for each one of my products. And then the second one is a really cool dosage form that's a liquid fermented extract. And so we're using a base oil. In case of my products, it's rice bran and germ. And in other products of this company, they also use flaxseed. So what they do is they sprout the seeds as a base, and then they cold press so the oil comes out from that. And then they use that oil to then again cold press over time all of the botanicals that are in the formula. And that way they start the process of mechanical fermentation, just using time and pressure for the oil. And so by applying those 2 forces, we get this amazing dosage form, which really preserves the whole spectrum of botanicals, especially the really difficult to get lipophilic components, because that's what's in the oil. So like attracts like, and it dissolves like. So we're even able to extract like the volatile oils. But in the case of this, we're not just extracting, let's say, essential oils, we're again extracting and cold pressing all of the components, so it is safe to ingest, whereas I would not recommend ingesting essential oils, even though I know some companies say that's totally fine. So we are again keeping to the exact proportion that you would actually find by eating the plant, but we're making it very easy because it's extracted into a medium of the oil. And so these are the 2 dosage forms, and they do differ in price because of the just how they're formulated. And so it's much easier to make a tea than to go and extract these things and to put it into a bottle. So that's where the price difference comes from. However, the tea only has 19 portions according to dosing, which is about 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon per cup. And then the liquid extract, because it's so potent and it's really amazing at extracting antioxidants, by the way, as well, that we are valuing it at 60 doses, which is, again, very different from tinctures you'll see on the market. And we recommend drinking it about twice a day, to take in the oil extract also about twice a day. But you can also mix and match. So the other beautiful thing is that we are, we're making sure that we are taking both the lipophilic components of the oil and the hydrophilic components in the tea. So I really recommend actually buying both, and then just drinking it and taking the oil occasionally. Plus the oil you can take everywhere with you, just like a tincture, throw in your bag, and it's very nice and portable. Or when you travel, you may not want to go and brew yourself a tea. So that is the respiratory health blend. Now we have a really amazing and very popular stress ease complex. So everybody, of course, has to deal with stress in this day and age, right? We just have so much overloading our senses, and so I wanted to formulate something that's not sedating, that you can take during the day, but it will take the edge off, right? So instead of like caffeinating yourself, which again is not the best thing for your adrenals to just over caffeinate, because then you crash. So what can you take without putting yourself to sleep and without crashing that will sustain a positive mood and uplifting energy? And I wanted it to work right away. So not just taking an adaptogen, which has to kick in. If you're familiar with adaptogens, you have to take them consistently and they work over time. But I was mostly focused on putting nervines in here, which means that they instantly affect and modulate your nervous system and make you feel more resilient. So I formulated with some of my favorite herbs. And again, some of them are not classic nervines. Some of them just are simply high in nutrient density, vitamin content. They may help your circulation a little bit more into the body and into the brain. They may help your heart and your blood pressure a little bit. They will help with feelings like grief or, feeling down and despair. They will also help with your digestive system. So all of these interplay and help you deal with stress better. The next one is the sleep aid complex. Again, it's available in those two forms. And so I wanted to target muscle tension because sleep is multifaceted, right? So it is on a physical level, perhaps. So that's why I wanted to kind of help to relax the musculature of the body a little bit. Indigestion as well. So I did put some nervines in there for the nervous system and the digestive and things like chamomile, which everybody's familiar with. And then also targeting the anxiety maybe and like the overactive imagination and the brain and the mind, right? That's maybe making sure you're making lists inside your head for tomorrow and things like that, and it's making you toss and turn. So I gave you things that will help you to just kind of quiet that down, and then herbs that are a little bit more overtly sedating here that will really help you just knock out. And I recommend taking this about half an hour before sleep, then one dose right before sleep. And then if you wake up during the night, this is also great to have by your bedside and take another dose when you wake up. And it also has an adaptogen in there. So if you are taking it consistently over a period of time, you will see that your sleep is actually improving because it's working on rebuilding your circadian rhythm. So now the last one is the respiratory one that I mentioned. And so this is not just for coughing. This is to soothe your dry and sore throat, to lubricate it, to warm up your body, to jumpstart your immunity, right? Because usually when you cough, there is an immune component, there's an inflammatory component. So it's really helping to soothe and quiet down those like feelings like spasms, right, in your chest that maybe lead to a persistent cough. And the reason why I thought it was important to include this, even though I am focusing a lot on sleep and stress these days for most people, is because there's not a lot of great cough formulas out there on the market, like I mentioned. There are, if you look for them, you might be able to buy one or two and combine them. But I really wanted to target all kinds of coughs and all kinds of respiratory issues in one, and really make sure we're targeting both the cough that has the phlegm or the spasmodic dry cough, and really help both of those things, as well as the immunity in the throat, as I mentioned. And it is really just helping the whole respiratory tract, right? And the whole upper respiratory system. And again, I really recommend like warming up the body with the tea, especially for the very persistent and productive coughs. But if it's more like a quieter, just lingering cough, then you can also get away with doing the oil. But I really think taking both is really amazing. And I actually got a chance to experiment with this This product is so new on the market. So I placed my order, and I got sick. Not that I wanted to experiment, but I got sick, so I started taking this, and I have never gotten over a cold so quickly when I started drinking the tea. I have to say it's not the best tasting because it has licorice. So if you have a taste for licorice, you'll love it. If you don't, you probably will hate it, but it is very, very effective. And what I like to do is either put some honey or some caramel syrup, and that actually negates the taste for me. So hopefully that is helpful to you. All right. So yeah, I just explained all the, whoops, why is it going? All right, there we go. So the fourth formulation is really targeting your digestive tract. And if you know, Hippocrates said all health begins in the gut, right? And all disease begins in the gut. So I really should have started off with this formula because this is the foundation. This is foundation of everything. And I really, again, wanted to come up with a product that's helpful for all areas, every single area of the digestive tract, starting with the stomach, starting with the peristalsis of you creating some movement, ending with metabolism and any leaky gut that may be there. So it's really helping in three main ways. So number one, it is helping to direct all of your attention from the nervous system into the gut. So again, I have some herbs there to help with that gut-brain connection. And then number two, again, decreasing any inflammation that's there. Also, the third and final step is to actually balance the microbiome. So any of the like bad or opportunistic bacteria there that we want to balance out. But again, it's not like taking an antibiotic. It's really much more mild because it's in the whole herb formula, and it is a complex. So this is not like a full bag of antibacterial herbs. It will just have like a microbalancing effect and feeding the right flora. And I've also, I can't say, you know, that it treats anything, but for any gastritis or really inflamed tissue of the lining of the stomach that gets like the mucus that gets eroded, this is really, really helpful in tightening all of that and rebuilding that. So it is not only lubricating it, it is also making sure all of those leakiness gets repaired and tightened. So again, I talked about this, but we are really replicating that first step of you actually chewing the herbs in the mouth. So we're doing it for you. So we're starting the fermentation process before we even bottle up the oils by mechanically pressing and starting native fermentation. So we don't add anything. It just starts fermenting by the native environment. And then we make it into a liquid. So the other great thing is a lot of people hate swallowing pills or has a problem with it or already has such a great pill burden that they don't want another supplement. And honestly, sometimes I question the supplement industry because really, how is it better than a pharmaceutical? Like, yes, maybe it has better ingredients for the most part, you know, and it is more natural and it gives you vitamins or herbs perhaps in the supplements. But it's really doing the same thing by delivering you those extracts in a, you know, swallowing a pill dosage form. Whereas we really want you to get that whole spectrum bioavailability factor of you being in contact, starting with your tongue by either drinking the tea or taking the liquid under your tongue to already start the healing effect, to already start absorbing into your tissues and even starting to do that in the mouth. Because again, in Eastern medicine, the taste is part of the medicine. So when you bypass that, you're losing something really special and important. So you're losing the ability to interact with the receptors right in the mouth and start off that process. So we found that it has better absorption. We found that we don't need alcohol, which traditional tinctures do, to get that full spectrum effect. And again, we don't have the essential oil extract, but we do have like the aroma. Like it really keeps the aroma of the herbs alive and really the taste quality, it keeps it alive. So it's really, really amazing. So if you would like to see what it would be like to either just try some samples or get a wholesale account started, please contact me, marina@rawfork.com. I'm happy to send you the our product list, and I could even drop it in the chat for those of you that are interested. And I'll just also very quickly show you right in this window. What I could do is show you the actual, hold on. So this is the website that you can easily go and check out, and I'll put this link in the chat as well. And this link takes you directly to my products. There's also some other products on the site, but here's the stress ease, and then you just toggle this. So you get the gut lining, you get the sleep aid, and you get the cough go away. And then you can toggle here to get either the drops or the tea. You can add whatever product you'd like to cart. I have a very special code you can use for 50% off just for people who watch this webinar, either live or in the replay. So I'll put that down as well. And then for those of you that are ready to take the next step, so you would sign up for a wholesale form right on the bottom there. And it really is super simple. So just your first name, your and last name, your email, your business address, and then your company name, your website. You don't even need a website. And then your phone and either your tax ID or your EIN number. So anybody who has a pharmacy or has, just a practice that you have, either virtual or in person, you can really fill this out so quickly. And the other thing is, for those of you who don't have a space, like a physical space to carry the product, if the other way to get this sort of as a win-win as an affiliate partner is you can actually sign up to be an affiliate distributor for this herb. So you can get your own link, right? And I can give you that link if you want to apply. And then you can actually just have your clients that are maybe virtual purchase whatever they want from here. And again, we're trying to also be inclusive about shipping. So right now, I think for wholesale, we have free shipping after $250, and it might be $100 if you're buying it retail. I have to double check. But yeah, just talk to me because I'm here. I'm trying to make the experience good for you. So whatever would help you out, just give me your ideas. But for now, you can try some samples at 50% off. You can set up a wholesale account, or you can sign up to be an affiliate promoter for us. And then you would also earn commission for everything that you recommend to your patients. So I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm just going to take a look at the chat to see if there's any questions. And I'm going to open it up now to everybody just to ask us questions, and then also for Sheri to share how to get in touch with her.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to get my link here to drop in the chat for anybody that wants to talk a little bit about the program and what that would look like for your pharmacy and how we can work together. I would welcome that. It's a great opportunity. The program itself is typically $1,500 for the 3 months. So $497 for your patients is an amazing deal. And the fact that you get a $50 payment affiliate fee for, for referring them over, that's just a gift to you for taking care of your patients. And I love to interact with my pharmacists, get to know you, and so I can support you and your patients better. So I look forward to anybody that would like to have that conversation. I dropped the link in for to schedule a time together so we can discuss that and what that would look like for your pharmacy. Okay, let's see. We have any questions from anybody?
Yeah, we're doing really great on time. I'm just putting all of the comments that we've been posting in the Facebook recording, so people have that there. But yeah, while you have us on, we would love any questions. And you can ask Sheri about her business. You can ask about my business. You can ask about the products. You can ask about the program, whatever questions you have. Please either unmute yourself, raise your hand, or put it in the chat for us. because we're going to
We'd
be.
love to know if you are already offering something like this in your pharmacy, or is it something that you've thought of? Anybody? I know adding a wellness aspect to our private pharmacies has been a big deal lately. And I've worked with pharmacists for the last several years doing that. So do all of you all have a wellness program in your pharmacy? Do you offer herbal supplements?
Yeah, maybe tell us a little bit in the chat about where you're based. I'm in New York. Sheri is in Florida. So we'd love to hear where you're based and what you're up to, if you own a pharmacy, if you're thinking about starting wellness practice of any kind. We'd love to just hear where you're at and if you saw any value to what we were sharing and if you have any questions for us. Actually, there is one question.
Yes, I see one from Alina. Alina, I'm sorry you were late, honey. I understand that. Weight loss is part of my program. It's a natural byproduct to healing your body through eating right, having a clean plate of food every day, right? So once we teach you your mindset to food, break those trigger habits, get you eating high antioxidant enriched foods and anti-inflammatory foods, your body starts healing. You'll find you don't need as much medications. You don't have the pain. You don't have the discomfort from illnesses, or like me, I had fibromyalgia, arthritis, visual migraines. My vision was terrible, multiple things. And once I changed my mindset to food and the way I ate, the times of day, what I ate that worked with my body, and great supplements, all my illnesses just diminished. And wait, about month 4, once you start healing it from the inside out, falls off. I used to joke with people, I must have tapeworm, because I think I lost 42 pounds in 6 weeks without even trying. I had given up on weight loss. I was carrying that extra weight for 20 years. But just because I changed my diet and healed my body from within, once the inflammation starts flushing out, all that extra weight does too. So it's a byproduct. Weight loss is definitely a byproduct from my program. And we can talk about that more. Alina, I dropped my Calendly link in there for a conversation to see how we could work together. And I'd be happy to schedule that time with you. Did I answer your question? I'm offering an online group coaching program to your patients for an amazing discount. So I know you weren't there in the beginning. So
Yeah, maybe we can put your document where it talks about the pillars. I'll drop it in the chat here.
okay.
So
And
this
let me get
is the Summer Body Transformation pharmacy sheet. So I just dropped it in the chat and it has Sheri's pillars, her pricing, everything about her program, and then the affiliate commission. And we definitely wanted to bring you this webinar right away because Sheri's starting her program like in a week. So we wanted.
Well, it's the 18th. It's the 18th, yeah. But trying to get people lined up prior to the launch. So I just dropped my link into the actual program, so you can learn more about the program there and how it works, and schedule a time. Your patients can schedule through that, but I prefer them coming through you as a referral, so I know that it came from you, so you can get paid. And for your patients, I'm offering a 70% discount right now. So it's a huge, huge advantage to your patients.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Alina.
Enough.
Great.
Yeah, like 12 weeks and you're paying pretty much what, like $100 per like 1 month.
If you break it down, let's just round it up to 500, right? Divided by 12 weeks. That's only less than $42 a week.
Yeah,
To get healthy. That's
like,
crazy.
you spend that much money on coffee every week, if not more,
Yeah.
right? And so you can completely transform your life or your patients' lives with just a $40 a week investment,
Yeah.
right? And this is like skills that they could learn for life. And anytime, like I used to get discouraged about the health systems, and the state of our collective health and the failure rather of those systems that are supposed to be pillars for us. But now I know we're each here to light everybody else up. So even if we are just like a torch and we're just lighting another torch, that sets
Yep.
a lot of precedent in your community. So just thinking about it as a grassroots effort, you making a difference, you showing up, you inspiring others, you motivating others, you giving those ideas, right? Starting like kind of like that Inception movie, right? So you're creating those ideas that now they become more tangible for other people because they see you doing it. And so we always lead with ourselves first. So us believing in it, us transforming our life with it, just like Sheri has shared about hers. I also have a health journey, which is why I got involved with herbs. It's not just my lineage that got me interested in it. It's just being a pharmacist, but it almost like feeling like I only have half the tool belt by cutting out the nutrition and the herbs, right? And why is not a pharmacy something that offers everything? Why is it only just synthetic drugs when so many other things are medicinal? We really are shooting ourselves in the foot if we're not using full spectrum, not only plans, but also the tools we have. So if our health programs and our supplements and our herbs and our food can be healing, then why aren't we using the whole toolkit, right? And so I found myself going through the Western system, going through the approach, doing things like drugs and procedures and surgeries, even elective surgeries to try to heal myself. And I ended up not being helped. I ended up being harmed by all of these things. They don't come without side effects, right? And they come back with rebounds. And so I learned that I have to maintain my body's homeostasis and ability to heal itself through a more holistic approach. And so it's not an either or, it's how can we use it all? When is what appropriate? So I really believe that we can find this middle ground. And so you can help your patients today by just learning more about Sheri's program, offering it to your maybe friends and family and loved ones. Maybe it doesn't even have to be a patient, right? This can really benefit anybody. Maybe you yourself want to go through it. It's really an amazing investment. And if you're thinking about offering a service in the future, then you get to walk through it, right? Remember, starting with yourself first to see what is the process like? What does it take, right? I remember when we were in pharmacy school, one of the first things they told us to do was to test our compliance. So they gave us, fake pills or whatever, placebo pills. And they said, take this for a week, 3 times a day or whatever it was. And it was really difficult, even though the pill is supposed to be the magic solution and so simple just to pop a pill, it really is difficult. So we need to make the process fun. We need to make it feel good. We need to make a consistent habit out of it. And so these are the skills that are required. If you're thinking about helping others in this way, then you need to also know how to do it for yourself so that you understand the challenges and you understand how to motivate people and how, which skills you might want to bring into your practice. Learn from the people that are already successful with it. So with
And
that, yeah, go ahead, Sheri.
one thing I've learned, I work with several doctors and pharmacists doing this because, like my doctor friends, they're like, we have to see 25 to 30 patients a day. Unfortunately, I do not have time to talk to my patients about lifestyle, nutrition, and how to really get better. They just come to me and want Ozempic. And then I have pharmacists, the same thing. I get people that just want Ozempic because they want to still create the bad habits they're doing. They think this is the magic shot. And it's not sustainable. So that's where herbs and the right program to set them up for success comes in. So we can get them off those horrible drugs and help them live a healthier life. And the beauty of being a pharmacist, and your own practice, not a CVS or a Walgreens, right? You actually can spend time with your people. You know, something the doctor can't do. You can spend time with your patients and get to know them, and they get to trust you. So whatever you suggest, they're going to listen to you because they want to feel better. I hear it all the time. I don't want to take all these drugs. My doctor wants me to take all these drugs. I don't want them. Well, you don't have to, but you got to think differently. You got to act differently, and you've got to create it as a sustainable lifestyle, because otherwise it's just a fad diet. It's here today, gone tomorrow. What you lost, you gain back. You're miserable still. So that's where these programs and these supplements bring in a different avenue for their health journey, right? And you can be a part of that, and you can be the catalyst that creates that change.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't believe we didn't mention the GLP-1 analogs yet, but yeah,
I know, right?
it's a huge, another fad, right? It's such a booming industry all of a sudden, because it also seems like, oh, this is the magic bullet. This is it, and it's patients are willing to inject themselves with a substance that's not been studied long-term for side effects and consequences long-term, and already has black box warnings and contraindications and dangerous side effects, but they're willing to do it, get a weekly injection under their skin, do it themselves, pay money out of pocket for some people, they get frustrated with back orders, right? They get it compounded in unknown places. And they're willing to take those risks because they want the weight gone, right? And I'm not even talking about how a lot of the muscle mass also gets gone, which is definitely not good. And then the weight comes back when you stop injecting yourself. So people are willing to go through these lenses, and really the answers, the solutions can be as simple as learning these different habits and retraining your body and crowding out the things and the cravings that are not healthy, rebuilding your microbiome, and for those people that maybe are not willing to go into a program like Sheri's, even though again, it's such an amazing deal and a steal, then maybe they can start with taking a step towards a healthier supplement, right? To trying to heal their gut lining, or again, speaking of back orders, right? There was during COVID so many back orders, and also speaking of COVID, people with lingering coughs all over the place and inflamed lungs. So this is really an opportunity to help with really amazing and innovative herbal extractions that extracts the full spectrum, right? And we try to be as sustainable as possible in our processes, and we have absolutely no fillers. So I really think that we are doing a disservice if we're not talking about these options to people, especially when we see how much frustration there is in the back orders and the supply chains and all of the things that we mentioned.
Absolutely. It's amazing. Once we really have that relationship with your patients, how we can affect their lives for the better, right? And that's what it's all about. We're here to do no harm. We're here to make them healthy, happy, and focused again on their own health.
Yeah, beautiful. So I've dropped a bunch of links in the chat for those of you still on with us. And for those of you watching on Facebook, you have those available. Please feel free to reach out to me. I'll also drop my email here for everybody. And Sheri dropped her call information. So if you have any further questions that were not answered, or if you want to come on, we have 5 more minutes left in this call. So, it's now or never. And otherwise, we will also sum up what we chatted about and send out an email for those of you who registered.
I'm dropping my email and my cell phone in here. I do ask that you text first. Let me know who you are. I've been giving some healthcare company that's trying to tell me about all these benefits, like blowing up my phone 20 times a day. So I tend to not answer it. I've asked to be removed from the list, but we all know how wonderful that works. So, well, we've enjoyed being here and sharing with you guys. And we look forward to connecting on a deeper level and seeing how we can help serve each other.
Yeah, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for doing the work that you're doing, learning about new ways, innovative techniques, and just being open to new ways of either monetizing or just improving your own life and the lives of others. So yeah, Sheri, thank you so much for coming on and sharing about your amazing program. I'm super excited to be a guest teacher and talking about making over your medicine cabinet in the program. Um, and really, yeah, just focusing on implementation, because we all sort of know this, but we need somebody to hold our hand and show us that proven system and make it achievable one step at a time. And this is exactly why it's not done in one call or in one day. It needs, I would say, a minimum of 12 weeks, which is why I think it's an amazing time frame to get those new habits under your belt.
Absolutely. Typically, I work one-on-one with clients for 6 months because I want to make sure it's sustainable, right? I give them all the tools the first 3 months. The next 3 months is really about tweaking it, supporting them, and keeping up the motivation so that the accountability is what people really want. And they don't know they want it until they get in it. And then they see the results, and that's the first thing they say is the accountability piece was priceless for me. So that's where that helpful guidance and being there, walking them through the program really helps.
Yeah, amazing. So thank you again for everybody who tuned in, everybody who's watching the replay, and everybody who's live on Facebook. Please tag a friend or a pharmacy owner or anybody that you think would be interested in trying either the program or the products that we talked about, or being an affiliate or a partner or a referral partner for us. Please let them know that we are here by tagging them and sharing. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.